Hello everyone, this is Raj. Welcome to TechFerment. And in this video, I'm going to talk about Node.js, how we can create a simple applications or simple server with the help of Node.js. So I have opened my VS Code editor, and here we have a workspace, means I have opened a folder, name is Node101 in VS Code editor. So before moving to the Node.js, first you need to download Node.js from the website nodejs.org, and then we will be able to create a Node.js applications. So first I'll go to the terminal. So this is my terminal, and here first I'll type a command npm init for initializing the node applications. So first you need to type npm init and then press enter. It will ask for the package name. Here you can mention the package name or node application name. So here my package name is, for example, node101, and then I'll press enter, and it will ask for the version. So you can skip this one part. Here you can type the description. So here you can mention the description. This is description, and then there will be an entry file. For example, there are a lot of JavaScript file in the Node.js application, but you can mention the entry file, let's say app.js, server.js, index.js, the first file which will open. So here I'll add app.js, which is an entry file, and then press enter. It will ask for the test command, so I'll skip this one part. Same for the GitHub repository, and same for the keywords. Here you can mention the keywords, and then here you can mention the author, so it's totally up to you. And then we have a license, and this will give you the JSON data about this particular Node.js configuration. So I'll say yes, and then press enter. Now we have a package.json file, and here we have a Node.js applications. So first we have a package.json file, and these all are the configuration things like we did in through the npm init command. Now what I'll type here, we'll create a new file app.js, which will be the entry file. So here we have a app.js file, and then in the script part we will type the command start here in the script section. So we have a start, and then here you can type node app.js. Okay, so this is a entry file, and then we have a script. So how we can run this Node.js applications, I'll type here console.log, and here I'll type hello, and I will save. I'll go to the terminal, and then in the package.json we have mentioned the script whenever we run the command start. So here we cannot run the command start directly. So first you need to type npm, and then the command name is start. So I'll type npm start, and this will give you the output. So I'll save this one, and I'll run this file again, and this will give you the output hello. Okay, so in the previous video we have talked about JavaScript modules. So if you are working on Node.js, so we have a pre-built or pre-installed some modules that you can use in Node.js. So first module is HTTP. So with the help of HTTP module, you can create a simple project server with the help of this particular module. So let's import this module HTTP. So I'll use const HTTP, and then we'll use require as a keyword. So I'll write require, and then here we can pass HTTP. So we have import this particular module, and then we have this particular module. Inside we have a functions or a method name is create server. So inside we need to pass this function. So I'll pass the function which will take two parameter. First one is a request, which is coming from the browser end. So I'll just copy the request here, and then we have a response which will goes to the server browser to from the server. Okay, so now we have a syntax this one. So we have created a simple server with the help of functions name is http.create server, which will take a functions request and response. So request is a object which is coming from the browser end, and response is a object which will go from the server to the browser. So this is a standard JavaScript logic. So we can convert this function into ECMAScript arrow functions. So here we can write this way. Okay, so now whenever we call the server, so first we need to send a response to the browser. So here we will send a response. So response is an object. Inside we have a methods. Let's say first method is write head. So with the help of this method, you can share the header. So I'll pass the header. Let's say that this is a status code. The request goes to the server, and server will respond to the browser with the right head and having a status code 200. Okay. And then you need to pass the content. Here I'll write content type, and here we have a colon, and then here you can mention text hyphen plain. So this is a head, a request head, and then you can send a message. So here you can send a message, let's say request response dot end, and here you can pass the message. So let's say I'll write hello, and then I'll say okay. So this is the simple functions we have created, and then we have a create server. So what I'll do, I'll just store this one let, and here we can mention server is equal to this one. Okay, now every server will run on specific port number, so we will create a port number. So here we'll have a server as a variable, and then we'll use listen as a function. So here we can pass the port number. So let's say I want to run this particular server on this port number is 3000. Here we can mention the console.log for testing purpose. So here you will get the logs report like server is working on port 3000. Okay, now I will save and I will run this file. So how we can run this file? npm start, because we have defined the command inside package.json. We have a start in the script part, we have a start, and then we can do that. So I have run this command, and then this will show me server is working on port number 3000. So what I'll do, I'll go to the browser. So we have a browser. Here we'll write localhost colon 3000, and this will give you the output. This one is hello. Okay, so this is how we can create a simple application, simple server with the help of HTTP module. We have a method name is create server, which will take as a functions, and here inside functions we have to pass two parameter request and response. Request is an object which is coming from the browser end, and response, we will send a response from server to the browser. So we are sending a response with some functions. We have a write head, and then we have an add method. Okay, now let's see, I will add here h1, and here I will add h1. I will close the h1 and I will close this one. Okay, so now I will save and I will run this file, and server is not showing the right content, actual content. So what to do here, we need to close the server. So I'll just terminate the part. So we will terminate the server, and then we will start the server once again, and server is working again port number 3000. Once I reload the page, and here we are getting a content. So here we are passing this HTML tag, but we are getting this as a string, okay, as a plain text. So now what I want to do here, we are passing content type is equal to text hyphen plain. So here what I'll do here, we'll write HTML. Okay, so this HTML, this content type is equal to HTML. So this browser will consider this this message as a HTML tags. So here we will print without h1 tags. So I will close the server. So here we will close the server once again. So here you can close this one. I will just open. Yeah. So we have closed the server. I will run the command again, npm start, and then press enter, and then reload the page. So we are getting this particular message. Okay, so this is how a simple server is working. Like we have a request which is coming from the browser to the server part, and server sending a response as an object to the browser. Okay, so we are sending a object response to the browser with this particular things, like we have a status code and the content type is equal to text HTML. So now what I'll do, I'll create a simple example. Like let's say I want to share some index.html file. So what I'll do here, we'll create a pages. So here in this particular part we have a pages, and then here let's say I'll create a page name is index.html, and here we have a syntax for the HTML. So this is a basic HTML logic, and here I'll create a heading and here you can mention some paragraphs, so you can p, and then you can use lorem ipsum, and let's say I will add some button, so you can add a button, see more. Okay, so whenever we are calling this particular server, so what I want to do, I need to share this HTML code to the browser end so that you can able to see this index.html file. Okay, so this is a simple client server architecture. Request goes to the server, server will check if there is any file exists or not. So if there is a file exists, so server will read the data from particular file and then send to the browser. So now we need to read this the file from index.html. So how we can read the file? So we have another module in Node.js which name is file system fs. So what I'll do, I'll import this file system as a module. So here we have a fs, and then we will use require. So we have a require method, and inside we need to pass the fs as a file system module. Okay, now what I need to do, here we have a file system. Inside we need to call the function, name is read file. So we need to read the file from which directory. So we have a directory name is pages. Inside pages we have a file name is index.html. So I need to read the content from this particular file, and this will return me a JavaScript functions having a two things, like first one is error and the second one is data. So here we can get the data. So if we found this particular HTML file, so then it will give me the data means the entire this content. Okay, and we have a data. So what I'll do here, I'll cut this logic and I will pass here as a data. Okay, and now I'm working on the ECMAScript JavaScript function. So what I'll do, I'll remove function keyword and then we'll add arrow symbol. Okay, so this is a simple logic. So I will save and I will stop the server and I will run the server once again, and I will reload the page. And so this is how we are getting the web page from this particular page, inside page as a folder, and then we have index.html file, and we are getting this particular data. So now I'll talk about one more things, like this is a very annoying tab, like again and again you have to close the server and then restart the server. So for avoiding this particular thing, so we have another module in JavaScript or Node.js. So you need to install that particular module. So we have a module name is nodemon. So what I'll do, just go to the another terminal and I will install nodemon as a module. So I'll write npm install hyphen save, means I will install this particular node module in this particular directory. So I'll type node mon, this is my module name. Okay, so I'll just press enter, and with the help of this command you can install the node module in this particular current directory. And okay, so nodemon is installed. So what I'll do here, we'll write in the start script part, here we will replace with the nodemon. Okay, so we have a nodemon as a predefined npm module. We have installed this, but with the help of this command, and I will save and I'll go to the previous terminal and I will close the server, and then here I will type npm start. Okay, so now it's working on nodemon. So it will automatically I will save and I will run this part again. Yeah, so this is working from the node one. So now no need to close the application or to stop the server and again start the server. So it will automatically restart the server. So what I'll do here, let's say I'll pass this is headline as a HTML tag. So this is headline, so I will save and it will automatically reload the page, and then here we are getting the content. So now no need to reload the or close the server and restart the server once again. It will automatically do that. So here you can mention anything. So let's say you can mention the list view. So we have another list, then we have a list. So here we can pass the content, let's say item, and you can do anything so with the help of this one. So I'll copy and I will paste, and here, so we are getting the data. Okay, so this is a simple example how we can create a Node.js application, how we can create a server, and how we can send a response to the browser with the help of response ahead as a method. Inside we need to pass the first one is a status code, and then we need to pass the value. Here is a value for the content type, and then for sending a data, so we have to use response dot and then here you can pass the data. And then if you want to read a file from the server, so we have a file system module. So this is a fs and fs.read file, and here we need to pass the directory, and this will here we'll call a functions, and then we got a data or error. Okay, so in the next video we'll talk about Express.js, which is a JavaScript Node.js framework, where with the help of Express you can create robust web applications or REST APIs with the help of Express. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.